G'day, thanks for joining us. We're back relighting up the reality theories in the bowl, and we're gonna give them another spin around. I got some hot new ones for you this week.
Blitzfreak and Shaman back again. More reality theory.
I have my basically what I call my life energy theory, and so it kind of links back to that consciousness and what you were saying about like, did we kind of just like find vessels to take over, and this is not like what the human animal would be, and we've kind of just made it because you've got your impulses, you're hungry and stuff. Is that just the animal, and then like, is that my thoughts and stuff, and like this voice in my head, is that me? Is that actually me? And whoever hears this voice, am I the one who hears the voice, or am I the one who says the voice?
I totally understand what you're saying.
You know,
that would make most people stop listening at this point and probably go, that's too complicated for me. I have no voice, or I have four voices, and we don't like to overthink it.
Yeah. It's like, are you the one saying these things and coming up with these ideas, or are you the one controlling the body and doing the talking?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. Or, or is the one that has the voice and does the talking the same one, but not the same one as the one that gets hungry?
I always think as well.
Like, is the animal the only one that, needs to go to the bathroom, gets thirsty, hungry, needs to sleep, and me as a consciousness doesn't actually need all that, but I let my vessel do that because I know I'll stay alive in this one, and I've grown fond of this one.
So we're
for longer.
we could still be awake, assuming we're not the vessel. I'm not the vessel talking right now.
Well,
I can be awake 24 hours a day. I'm just, those dreams are actually me just maybe visiting home?
Yeah, well, it depends. It's just
That's
like
me chilling out because I don't sleep?
Yeah, it's that is basically it. You are just chilling out, doing whatever, killing time until your vessel gets up again.
Man.
And keeps going, and you're basically, you as a consciousness, it basically stems from the thought of the consciousness being a form of energy that we haven't discovered yet, and so it's what I've called life energy. And that is basically, it does basically just control an animal that, a life form that it finds acceptable and could contain the life energy without overloading it or doing damage to it.
It sounds like all of these more realistic theories we're actually talking about are all electrical energy based.
Yeah.
Which is really just everything the universe is based off of. So a lot of the theories we talked about, they're likely.
Yeah. Well, that's
they're plausible.
Why brain in a jar is, plausible and can't be disproven.
I would think the most unplausible thing about brain in a jar is probably the jar.
Yeah.
I would say that we'd probably all
be like a
brains either on a planet. I'd assume we're just floating somewhere. We're floating in a universe, and that universe. Look, in our heads, we think that space is dry because we've said space is dry, but that's us living in this reality. What happens if space is actually just wet, and that's where our brains float? And it's funny that we even need to make the shape for brains. Like, probably just the electrical soup.
Jesus. That's soupy. As I was saying with my life energy theory, is that, you basically take over these bodies, and while you're doing that is to kind of grow your own life energy, I suppose. And that's kind of like to a almost the same thing as you're growing it to kind of reach enlightenment, and how you're growing it is through good and bad actions, and because those also have like a, every action has an equal opposite reaction sort of thing. So when you put a bad action out there, and it's almost kind of like karma, is that you probably get bad energy back at some point, which would affect your own life energy. And then same thing with if you do a good action, you put that good energy out there, and you get that, and you also can get that back. You know, it comes back as an equal reaction. Um, and you also, you feel kind of a bit better when you do a good thing, and you feel like a bit guilty when you do a bad thing as well. And that's kind of like can also be, um, your brain releasing those chemicals to be like, oh, good job, you've done this and whatnot. And that could also be adding to it as well. It's because it could also just be a counter of how many times you get those chemical reactions. And the more chemical you milk out of this creature before you
It sounds like
go.
you're playing Sims.
Sims. Almost. I don't know.
We come in here, feed the baby, dress yourself, get the good brain reaction as your stats go up.
But yeah.
Eat again.
It could be chemical based or it could be energy based though. But eventually, I think you'd grow enough that you wouldn't be able to contain in any of these vessels anymore, and you'd kind of have to go out and search, just like as a light ray or some shit. But that would also probably, the theory is that there's also other energy out there, kind of like probably in space or another plane, and that would also, because they would be also so big and no other energy could contain them, they would kind of condense and have like sort of a gravitational pull to suck in all other energies at this moment. And that's kind of like what Buddhism and like most of the religions would be calling like their nirvana or their heaven or whatnot. It's because you've done all this good and built this good energy through your life, all these lives from living certain ways, that you go and join this collection of energy that's also all other, has also, because it is a collection, there are also other separate energies like yourself in there, and that's kind of like what nirvana would be. But because you're also just this pure form of energy, and you have, as we discussed, like what you can do with your downtime is just play with any of these memories or stuff that you've collected. And so like in your dreams you can create whatever. People who are really good at dreaming can lucid dream and literally create whatever they want. You basically can do that, and so you could relive whatever memories you want. You could create whatever situations that you could think of from all your memories from wherever you lived and whoever lives you've lived. And you can also probably communicate with the other energy that is in this gravitational pull as the same thing that's probably formed this some sort of cluster in some form of shape, probably spherical, as that's how gravitational pulls usually do things. But other than that, with all this energy as well, who knows what else it could do as just a massive ball of energy. As we've seen, mass balls of energy can cause explosions, black holes, stars, life, and it could, all this collection of energy could be basically like the influence of the universe, or almost a god, if you will. But it's really just a collection of energy. And also with that, it also gives to the reality theory that because you could do anything in this energy collection, that you could already be just a sentient energy in this heaven or nirvana, and you've chosen to live out your life again, one of your favorite lives with no memory of everything that happened. So it's like you're living your life again as you first lived your life. And you're just going to enjoy it, and you've set the duration for your lifetime as well. So it's just like everything's happening, and then like when you die, you come back and you remember and you go, oh, that was fun.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So yeah, this could just be like a simulation you're playing out for fun and everything, and then yeah, you just have no memory of it while you're playing it because that's part of the experience and simulation that you want. And then when you die, you'll remember your life and you'll look back on it, but you'll also have your memories from before, and you'll remember that you started it up just for a lol. And then you go, okay, that was cool. What to do now?
Man, there's so many different types of reality theories. And I remember when I used to be on the acid all the time and coming up with numerous ideas that they made sense. But as you get older and you learn more stuff and you talk about more things, it seems like pretty much all the religions and all these different little sects are all talking about the same things to a point, and they don't realize that they're talking about the same thing.
So many crossovers and similarities, it's ridiculous.
It is, and it's just really all energies. But it's the same as when I guess, how they teach you things in school. They teach you the basics, and sometimes they'll teach you lies, and then they teach you more truth, but a few lies as you're learning more and more, as your brain can handle it. And I guess the lowest level of religion is you show up and you basically pray and you do what you're told to do, and then the benefit, you could still have the benefit to your real bodies or real lives. Your electrical energy is going to gain. Obviously, it's much more beneficial if we get more intelligent and we learn how to be closer to, I guess, our real bodies, or to like change. It is interesting, like, it is interesting because very few people have. I mean, I'm trying to think of theories that aren't like that now, but they all pretty much come from electrical energy. The only other theory I can give you, a non-electrical based, actually it's not, but I'm going to give you another theory that I came up with. I was using it as an example. Imagine there was someone in a lab. Now you hear about when we created the Kaleidoscope. I'm not even.
Hadron Collider?
That's the one. When that was created, people were saying, we're going to create a little black hole, we're going to destroy the world, all this bad shit's going to happen. Now, the bad shit didn't happen, or as far as I know, nothing has started slowly happening. So we assume it's fine. But now let's say there was another galaxy, another universe, plane of existence, and someone in that lab created a tiny black hole. Now, we don't know how a lot of these things work. And then all of a sudden, maybe the opposite end of a black hole is actually creating things quickly, like how it just creates quick universes. So we could be on the other side, and our entire existence, we might have been created by a guy just working in a lab who has no idea how he even created us. I guess actually, as I'm saying, that's more of a creation theory than
there was a theory that like the world did end when like that got flicked on, I think, and like some other people say the world ended either A, when the Hadron Collider went off, or B, when like the Mayans said it in 2012, and it ended, but it also instantaneously started a new universe. And then everyone's like being like, things kind of haven't been the same since 2012 ended, and like people cite like little shit here and there. But that's interesting you say that. So you theorize that like that black hole could have, a small one could open, suck our world through at least, and then recreate it so quickly that we don't even really notice.
I'm saying it sucked their world through and recreated maybe a copy here, or some other new. I mean, we could be a copy, and again, because we don't know how we just don't know how anything works.
Well, it'd be like
we could have been taken over by different parasites that are over here. Maybe the people on the other side. Well, no, they're scientists working in a lab already, so they're already like us.
Yeah.
We're just a parasite learning how to spread everywhere.
Jesus.
Make another black hole, boys.
And alright, that's just about everything for this week. We're gonna head out, get our feet on, you know how it is. And...
maybe carvery time?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
They're not basically around anymore. It makes me sad. I wish I lived in a reality there was more carveries.
Oh.
Yeah. But,
we'll get something. We'll find something good.
Exactly. I'm thinking Japanese curry.
Oh. Yeah. Japanese.
Exactly.
Nippon.
Oh.
Or as the Mexicans say, Japon.
Oh.
No one says Japan.
No, that's actually, it's, Nihon's actually Sunrise Land.
That's a wonderful name for a country.
Exactly. Well, then, we'll catch you around, and as always, have a good one. Peace.
Peace out.